Hey, this is Taylor here at Truck World RVA. Today we're going to take a look at this 2017 HINO 338. It's got 213,000 miles on it, powered by the 7.6 diesel engine, 14-foot Adkins service body with a hydraulic compressor, a 10,000-pound Autocrane, a couple sets of drawers in this truck as well. This truck was owned down south. That's where it spent its life. It was previously a one-owner truck, fleet owned, no rust really anywhere to speak of on the truck. It does have a sliding bed cover in the bed, interior compartment lights inside all the service body doors, exterior work lighting as well. The outriggers are dual hydraulic extensions, so both sides extend hydraulically. Nice large Adkins rear work bumper. I get a lot of these Adkins beds in. I really like the way they're made. Very heavy built beds, pretty well thought out overall. If you've seen any of my videos, you know kind of what I'm talking about on these Adkins. The factory paint is still intact. We did not repaint this truck, and it shows pretty well. There's some minor chips that I'll point out as we go around, but overall, pretty clean unit. Cab to bed. Now the goal of these videos is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So if you need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. You have some scattered rock chips all along the front of the body, as well as this bottom edge. Again, no rust on the undercarriage really to speak of. Roll underneath here and take a look. Nice and dry all the way around the frame rails, the underside of the cab, as well as the underside of the bed. You have your fuel tank and your battery box. Underneath the driver door, you are missing some of the letters here, H-I and O. Now this is a CDL truck. It's tagged at 33,000 GVWR. I have another one that we're working on too that's also a 14-foot body, but is tagged right under CDL at 26,000. You have a little bit of wear on the armrest there and the driver's seat back. The headliner is fairly clean, a little bit of staining on it, but nothing too terrible. It's an Allison Automatic transmission. That's the cover for the battery box right underneath those steps. You have a laptop mount here, air brakes and air ride rear. There's all your control switches for the bed power. Power windows. And then a little bit of wear here, just where you kind of set your foot down. The floor of the cab is tore up just a little bit. The driver fender does have some areas of paint failure here. Just some scratching right along that fender. Now the steer tires are not new, but they do have plenty of tread depth remaining on them. They're not ones we've replaced. We did put brand new aluminum wheels on the steer and the drive axle. And some more rock chips all along the front bumper here. It's a painted bumper, not chrome, so it's collected its fair share of chips over the years. The grille surround is clean. No peeling or chips on that. The hood as well is clean, save for a little spot right here of paint peel. Now one thing I really like about these trucks is the cab. Overall, it's a really tall cab, really spacious cab. Definitely more space cab-wise in one of these than in a Kenworth or a Peterbilt. Tons of headroom. And just a comfortable drive, especially being air ride rear. The overall ride quality is actually pretty decent on this. We don't see too many of these chassis, but they do seem to hold up pretty well. Pretty reliable drivetrain. Now again, the bed is a 14-foot Adkins built service body. Adkins makes beds down in Charlotte, North Carolina. They're somewhat regional bed manufacturer. One nice thing about Adkins is their parts and service. Super easy to deal with. You don't have to go through a distributor. You can call them up direct and they can get you anything you need. So I'm a pretty big fan of their beds, the way they're made, and also after sale service. So you have all the interior compartment lighting here inside of the doors. You do have some easy track inside of this torch compartment as well to secure your bottle racks. Again, compartment lighting right there. Those are LED puck lights, super bright, lights up your workspace really nicely. Again, the bed, the factory paint is intact. You have some minor scratches, kind of all over, nothing major, but you'll see little chips like this. Got a bigger scratch down here towards the bottom. But again, overall, the factory paint still shines up pretty decent. Is in pretty good shape overall. Passenger 2 compartment has some shelving inside of it. 3 shelves total. Now all these doors close, latch, lock, and seal as they should. We have the keys for the latches, and they are all keyed the same way. Passenger 3 compartment. 2 more sets of shelves. A little bit of paint failure and wear right here around the wheel chock holder. One wide shelf inside of this compartment. And a little bit of just surface rust here where the door seals up. Holds moisture right against the body. Let's look underneath. Now the drive tires are new. We've just replaced these. If you'd like a full list of all the service just under this truck, I can send you over copies of all parts and labor receipts. And again, that's 804-716-8487. And I can send over copies of all the work just performed on the truck. Your crane compartment houses your Reelcraft hose reel, air regulator, wireless factory remote is down here. The full extension is out to 24 feet 6 inches. It's a 10,000 pound maximum capacity, and it's a 2-stage hydraulic extension out to that maximum reach. Again, the outriggers are dual hydraulic extensions, so both sides do extend. You have a pretty nice Adkins workbench rear bumper, tons of pass-through space inside of that compartment. And the rear of the truck, those handles as well as the bumper have their fair share of chips, kind of all around. Nice tow hitch receiver there. A little bit of wear here on the bed liner. And then this handle is bent out as well. Now inside the bed, it does have this rolling, if you see the tracks on both sides, this rolling bed cover. So that does roll all the way back like so, or you can roll it up so you have space to run the crane, but this will cover the whole bed. It's just a soft cover, so it doesn't offer any security, but it does keep any equipment you have in the bed dry. Now you also have a mount up here that you could mount a welder on. Some more paint chipping here on the back corner. This is your driver rear compartment. There's one shelf inside of here and an older crane remote that does not link up. And that one's no good. The one that works is in the crane compartment. We'll just remove that. The bed was manufactured in August of 2016. Most likely has always been with this truck. There's some more rock chips here. One more wide shelf inside this compartment. And then same deal as the other side, just some paint failure right here around the wheel chock holder. A little dent here in the door, as well as some paint peel along the edge of this door. I'll have to come back to this one. This one's locked for whatever reason. So is this one. This one's open. Driver front compartment, you have a nice full set of Adkins built drawers. All these drawers slide super nicely. Really good action on all of them. Compressor is a Van Air RC40, showing 58 hours total on the compressor. and we'll get into running all the equipment in the second half of the video. I'm going to grab the keys and unlock those two compartments real quick, and then we'll keep on. Got these two compartments unlocked. Inside this one, 3 more sets of shelves. Inside the driver 2 compartment, another large set of Adkins drawers. Tons of dividers laying underneath. Just extra dividers down there. That about wraps up the cosmetic portion of this demo video. I'm going to hop in the truck and take it for a spin now. But again, if you have any questions, you can call or text 804-716-8487. AC feels good today. Again, tons and tons of cab space inside this truck. Sit up nice and high out of the road. Another thing, I know it's not common to see these HINO chassis, but the front's real squared off, so the visibility out of the front windshield and over your hood is really nice. You sit up pretty high, and it's just kind of a big square. Plenty of power. Shifts through the gears nicely. I think my hood's open. Need to latch that hood real quick before I spin around and go the other way. All right, my hood's now shut. It was indeed open. I kind of saw it flapping around there. Always do your pre-trip inspection. That's what they say. Guys pass here real quick. But again, like I said, shifts through all the gears nicely. Truck has plenty of power down the road. This thing gets up and goes pretty good. Now, once again, the lighting on the truck is excellent. You have all the interior compartment lights on all of the doors. You have a side mount LED work light here. Now, all the compartment lighting is controlled off a switch inside of the cab. Super bright lighting. 2 rear LED work lights as well off the back of the truck. Then more LED puck lighting inside all the compartments on this side too. 1 more side mount LED work light there by the compressor. This is your diverter valve here, so the PTO is engaged. As I mentioned, both sides are hydraulically extendable. Set that side down. Then set that side down. So nice large work base. This side will go out further. I just didn't want to go out into the mulch. But those are the outriggers, most of the way extended. They're solid, no rust on the interior tubes. The inner tubes here are pretty solid as well. I'm gonna grab the remote, and then again, to go up to crane, just have to push that diverter valve in there, and then we can run out the crane. Now it's a factory wireless remote. This is a newer style dual joystick Autocrane remote. I'm going to unshackle this pulley block, and then we'll run it out to its full extension. I also idled the truck up off the remote. If you pull down on that high idle, the truck idle will increase, and so will your crane speed. So again, it's a 24-foot, 6-inch, 2-stage hydraulic extension. You can do multi-function, so right now I'm winching down while I extend out. You just throw it down in a corner here, so you do an extend out and winch down at the same time. And you can keep that, if you hit it in the right spot, you can just about keep that pulley right where it is, even while you're extending out. Now the speed is controlled off the trigger, not your joystick. So the IMT, the speed's controlled off the joysticks. On the Autocrane, your speed is still controlled off the trigger, which is what most people are used to anyway. The trigger is a pretty firm trigger if you haven't used one of these before, so you do have really good speed control on it. Again, you can go up and around. Pretty quick operation overall on the crane. That's out to its maximum extension, which reaches right about to the front of the truck when fully extended. Inner boom is clean down both sides. Plenty of thickness left here in that wear pad. Decent amount left in this one as well. Again, I can winch up while I retract the boom in. Now to run the compressor, you can also do that off the remote. Just hit your aux function here. Compressor pops right on. Looks like the air gauge here is broken. We can replace that air regulator. Goes up to about 150 PSI. About 160 PSI is what the compressor builds up to. And again, that air regulator that's broken, we will fix. So once again, it's a 2017 HINO, 213,000 miles, 14-foot Adkins service body, 10,000-pound Autocrane, 24-foot 6-inch hydraulic extension, 2-stage hydraulic extension. Really nice truck all the way around, a lot of bang for the buck. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. Thanks again for watching.